Hey guys, what's up? Good evening. I hope you're doing great, and it is time for me to replace a keyboard. And I had this. Let me show you. I don't even know what it is, and that's my reality. Like for the whole my life with the computers and with the keyboards and mouses and everything else, I always had something a complete garbage. And all of my keyboards previously were purchased in some mall for something like, I don't know, probably 10, 15, maybe 20, or maybe even something super exceptional. Like I remember this was kind of fancy for $25 or something about that. And the quality, well, pretty much garbage, right? It's very cheap plastic. It weighs around 100 grams. It sounds not only when you click it, but also when you shake it, right? So that's definitely not a good keyboard. And what we got for the replacement is this. Let me show you this. It's basically Lorgar Azar 514, and this is my first mechanical keyboard, and I'm using it like for the last 10 or maybe 15 minutes, and I'm super happy about everything that I'm getting. And you know what's the best part? Like, it's not only the good part, it's the best part. So you purchase the keyboard, and what's inside is not only the keyboard. If you look carefully, there's also gifts included. So whenever you're doing unboxing, you're inside. For the stressful people, what you get is kind of a fidget toy, not exactly a spinner. So it's basically just a single key that you can click your stress out of yourself. What you got also here is the tool with which you can remove all of the keys, the caps from your keyboard if you want to. And the interesting part is, like, these are called the gaming hand warmers, right? The Lorgar fidgeter gaming hand warmer, anger management, that's for me, longer productivity and relaxation, absorbing moisture and help blood circulation. And these supposedly are working for around 6 hours. I'm not going to use them for the gaming, but this weekend I'm going for a hike, and it's winter outside, so I'm definitely going to need something that's going to warm my hands. And there's also a pretty fancy cup coaster, right? Whenever you are drinking your tea or coffee or whatever, so you don't mess your table and make sure that everything is safe. And there's also the carrying bag for the keyboard, but for me it's not exactly the case. I don't plan to carry it, so I left it inside this beautiful box. And remember I said about what did I said about the noise of my old keyboard when you shake it and it sounds like a garbage? This keyboard, when you type it, it sounds beautiful. And I tried to use like this microphone to record the sound. It doesn't work because it's sort of calibrated on my voice, but I will include the sound of the keys of this keyboard right now. So enough talking about the basics. Let's cover, like, here's the actual keyboard. I haven't showed it to you. I will show it in some post. I will put some videos here. It has some beautiful lights, and I do love the color though. It's like part of it is black, the other part is like dark gray, so it perfectly in the colors that I do like, so everything is dark. The other interesting part about this one is that it actually like 2-in-1. You take it off and the keyboard basically becomes like a skeleton body, so much more free space between the buttons. This is one of the things that I've noticed, like right when I was pulling it out from the keyboard, from the box, it doesn't drop itself off, but whenever you're trying to move the keyboard on your table, if you grab it behind some sort of the corners, it might actually like come loose, but well, you just put it on hold and everything should be fine. What else is interesting is cable management. I would say it's pretty much flexible. I'll probably have to record the separate videos for these, but for the cable management, there is you plug it in behind the keyboard, it's the USB-C, and then depending on which side you actually have the computer, you can put it either through the left side or through the middle or through the right side. The legs of the keyboard, or I don't know what's the actual name for them, is like it actually has 3 positions. Either it goes completely down, or it's in a middle height, or it's, let's say, maximum out. And again, what I experience is like when trying to put the maximal height, it's actually pretty tight. tight. And but on the other hand, it's like better that it's tight than it accidentally closes or opens whenever you don't need it. Cable wise, it actually had two. There's one cable which is like flexing, so you have more prettier cable management, and if you don't need that, there's also a simple cable included. And yeah, and you know what the other interesting part is? So specs wise, it's 2-in-1 body, as I said, classic and skeleton whenever you take this part off. Number of keys is 104. I personally didn't count, but I believe it's true. And the type of the switches is linear dream switches with a 50 million cycle lifetime. Operation force is 40 G-force and actuation point is 2 millimeters. Enhanced RGB system of the backlight, fully customizable via Lorgar platform. And this is something like this keyboard also has a software application where you can customize all of this stuff, and we're going to do that together. But it was not as easy, at least for me, to tell that, to know that from just doing the usual unboxing stuff. I did just scroll through the little manual that was included in the box, and I didn't spot anything like download application here or there. I just knew that there is an application. That's why we know it. That's why we're going to try it after a minute or something. Magnetic top cover, which basically is the same like 2-in-1. Aluminium base. Well, it's metal, right? At least it's not a plastic as my previous keyboard. That's why it weighs, I don't know, actually, it could be like 1 kilo or something like that, pretty much close. Removable USB-C spring cable, that's how it's called. And software-wise, I've actually already downloaded it, so here it is. And if you want to download it, you just go to the same lorgar.com and find the Lorgar platform. Here you can get the download now button, and this supposedly is how it's going to look like. I personally never tried it before, so I'm doing that for the first time together with you guys. And the only confusing thing for me was like, okay, you download the sort of installation, which is actually in the zip file, and then you extract the zip file, and inside it, you have the installation executable file. I don't think that's like a common thing that is usually happening, but whatever, I guess we're just saving up some disk space by downloading the archive, because the installation itself is like 200 megabytes. So if we want to install it, we just double click, as it usually is on a Windows machine. So welcome to the Lorgar platform installation program. Click next. Installation path, I will leave it as default. Program files, Lorgar platform. Click next. Installation, it's not complete. It's going, extracting. We can see the details. So installation has started, preparing to unpack components. There we go. Completing installation. Click complete to exit the Lorgar platform installation program and launch the Lorgar platform. So finish. I think it actually said click complete, but there was a button finish. Oh well. Okay, so I did sign up, and what you need to know is like there's a little checkbox to accept terms of service and all the usual legal stuff. You cannot actually click it. You need to open all of the terms of the service, read through them, scroll down, and then it will automatically get accepted. Okay, so I still cannot access the statistics because those will be available after using connected devices, so I need to play around a little bit more, but I can access the device configuration in terms of we're talking about like the keyboard settings itself, and it seems pretty much straightforward. Like obviously there are settings for LED as it usually goes, right? So you can either like turn it on or off as you might need. You can choose from multiple different presets like the wave, cloud, vortex, color palette, breathing, static, reaction tone, whatever, rain, scanning, speeds, and each of those also has some sort of the settings where you can change the color, change the speed, and also the brightness, right? So you can configure and set it up in terms of visualization as you might want it yourself. As far as it goes for the keys, here, yeah, so I believe this works in a way that you can reprogram the keys so that, let's say, the escape will actually do something else. Right now, the escape is escape, but if you want to change it, you can say that, let's say, escape is gonna be space, right? So space is not assigned right now, and you can change that the space key on the keyboard is gonna be escape, and delete. There we go. So it's default. If you messed it up, you can just click on the button that you changed, and then it's gonna change to the default one. macros. So if you want to actually create some sort of macro or the commands, so let's say again the button space will do, and then we can start recording and actually record what this space button will do. Might be handy for some MMO games, I guess, or maybe something else. Unfortunately, yeah, I cannot show you the statistics, but it's going to be interesting to see how it looks like after playing some games and doing some stuff, what kind of actual statistics you may get. So I will probably post it to, I don't know, either Instagram or whatever. You can follow me in all of the socials in the description. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this was some way maybe beneficial or entertaining for you. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later in the next videos, and goodbye.